SNESdrunk. I get a lot of comments that ask the question, what are you going to do when you run out of Super Nintendo games? I don't have to worry about that because I am never, ever going to run out of Super Nintendo games. For example, this is Oscar, made by Flare Software for the Amiga before inexplicably getting ported to the Super Nintendo in October 1996, and yes, this is a real game that really exists. I understand why you'd be skeptical of that because this is a game that shouldn't exist. I mean, what kind of crazy person ports an Amiga game to the Super Nintendo over 5 years into its life? What are you even doing? Who's gonna play this? I'll give you a second to guess who the publisher of this completely needless, pointless game is, and you won't be surprised to learn it's Titus Software, the closest thing the Super Nintendo ever had to shovelware. Thankfully, Oscar isn't really that bad, believe it or not. It's not great, it's not even good, but it's better than Bubsy, which is the bare minimum for generic-ass games like this. You get a health meter with 5 lives and 0 continues to get through 4 worlds, split up into 3 stages each, with some bonus levels thrown in every once in a while, and no way to save your progress. So if you want to beat this game, you gotta sit and grind your way through one of the most annoying Super Nintendo games out there. The whole premise here is that you go through each theater looking for Oscar statues, and not surprisingly, this game has nothing to do with the actual Academy Awards, or more like the Academy Awards wanted nothing to do with this game, if those people even knew about it. There's also bonus letters to collect, and power-ups like speed and jump boosts, and the ability to fly, and it's all stuff you've seen in tons of other games. The only thing that makes Oscar unique is how friggin' obnoxious this game is. First, there's the way the camera jolts around when you're just trying to dodge something. I personally cannot stand stuff like this, and it's hard to have patience for. It makes me feel like my eyeballs are spinning around in my skull to the point that I get nauseous. I'm wondering if this could actually be fixed with a patch. The Adventures of Kid Cleats is another Amiga-ass game that had this same problem, and someone took the time to patch that game, so maybe Oscar would play a bit better if it had a similar fix. Or at least it would keep me from thinking dreadful thoughts like, maybe Bubsy is better than this. This is also one of those Amiga-ass games with really goofy sound design. You get these jarringly loud sound effects that make your ears want to close up. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing here. The game is just making noises at me. Again, this isn't anything unique to Oscar. There's other Amiga ports on the Super Nintendo, like First Samurai, that have super loud sounds blasting at you. At least that one's kind of funny, even if it gets old after about 5 minutes. You know the ultimate proof this port was thrown together in like 2 seconds? I mean, other than the fact that it's an Amiga game published on the SNES in 1996. Listen to the music here. I'm sure it sounds fine on the original, but Flare Software apparently just copied the music over without checking to make sure everything syncs up, so you're left with music that sounds like this. What is this, James Bond Jr.? It sounds like my 7th grade garage band trying and failing to learn to play the latest Dream Theater song. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on Oscar. I mean, this game is essentially the WCW version of Jim Powers. You know, the guy who would awkwardly look at the camera as he walked to the ring. He was a decent hand and a painfully average wrestler, and he'd give you a watchable squash match against someone like the Barbarian on WCW Saturday Night. The only problem is, there's about 1 million guys like that, just like how there's about 1 million games just like Oscar, including one actually called Jim Power: The Lost Dimension in 3D. So yeah, Oscar just exists. It's not good enough to recommend it for any reason, and it's not bad enough to make fun of, so instead it just hangs in 16-bit purgatory as a video game-like product, wasted and forgotten. That's all for now. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.